see that I will achieve.
Yes, my Stray Dog family, when you hear that theme song, you know it is time for another edition of Straight Talk, and time for me to say good night, St. Kitts and Nevis. Good night to the entire Caribbean region, wherever you are, my Straight Dog family. I greet you. I greet in particular as well those in the Kittitian and Nevisian diaspora, and I know there are many of you logged on the World Wide Web to zizonline.com. There are many of you on social media, Facebook. Just enter Straight Talk with Ian Patches Liburd and you're there. So too on YouTube. But wherever you are, I know that some of you are in Africa, some of you are in Asia, there are some of you in Europe, and a whole lot of you are all over North America. So I am at liberty to say good night. I can say good morning. I can as well say good afternoon, because one of such greetings will be applicable to the region in which you now find yourselves. Perhaps you're still locked down in some place. Our hearts go out with you. We are doing pretty okay in St. Kitts still, and we are looking forward to that day where we all can just go in and out without any difficulty whatsoever. Tonight, first of all, I want to extend my condolences to a brother from Newtown. He's always been around. Believe it or not, all the years I know him is Ital. And I want to convey my condolences to that brother. Understand, it's gone to the great beyond. And I know the junior minister, Chris Roberts, will represent me and ensure that things go well in terms of his interment and so on. My Stray Dog family, I also want to extend congratulations to Dr. Carla Barnett, I think is the name. Is the first woman Secretary General of CARICOM. First CARICOM Secretary General, a woman. You know, he said women are going to run this country. Women are on the move. And Carla Bennett, we understand that she got unanimous support from the heads of government, my Stray Dog family. And we congratulate her once again, my Stray Dog family. And of course, I have to hail a stalwart of East Basseterre, Sonny Nolan. It was his birthday just a few days ago. And I still want to again wish him, at this time it's belated, but I wished him happy birthday before. And Sonny Nolan has turned 90, 80 years and 10. You know what the Bible says about 80 years and 10, and if by reason of strength and so on. I don't like the last part because I don't really understand. I don't understand when you have to go on, but we all do, because death is a process. But I had a chat with Sonny, and I told Sonny he has 10 more runs to make. I'm gonna be there when he makes his century. And Sonny had something to say, trust me. I called him, and then I saw this on Facebook, and my dear, I almost said my father, yes, he's my elder. Sonny Nolan, I've known him since a small boy. and he is still going strong at 90.
Roland, on behalf of His Excellency, Young Patrice Liburd, we want to wish you a happy 90th birthday.
Happy Luke.
Liburd.
I'm glad king.
And we hope that you continue to be in good strength and spirits, and the family continue to give you the love and support that you need. So this is the food basket.
Thank you.
I want you to say something for Mr. Liburd. You talked to him already? But just say something.
He's doing around for me. Hafiz doing around for me. Hafiz is my man. Hafiz. You don't say you're coming. You coming back. Hafiz love me. Hafiz love me. You ain't see it, but he's still loving me. Oh God, he's nice.
Yes, Sonny is my man too, right? All the best to you. That is not octogenarian, it's beyond that. I forgot my Latin now, forgive me. But he's 90 years old nonetheless and batting strong. And we say congratulations to Sonny Nolan. I am minded to just have an open forum tonight and let me get the pulse of St. Kitts and Nevis and hear what's going on. I know though that there are issues, because we had the chief medical officer and we've had the medical chief of staff on our last program, and things are still reverberating. There are lots of discussions still about the vaccine. But there was good news. It's good news, my Stray Dog family. We got from Cameron Wilkinson, Dr. Cameron Wilkinson, and Dr. Hazel Laws. I will on this.
We have been in this fight from the very beginning since last year, and we'll continue to fight for every single person, including those who want to take the vaccines and those who do not want to take the vaccine, because no one is safe until everyone is safe. And so we thank you very much. I just want to tell everyone out there that more than 90% of the doctors in the Federation have taken the vaccine. A number of our frontline workers have taken the vaccine. I have taken the vaccine. My wife has taken the vaccine. My children. I would not be doing that if I didn't think it was safe and effective. And so I encourage you to do the same.
Yes, my Stray Dog family. About 90% of the doctors on St. Kitts have taken the vaccine. And if my mathematics is correct, that's, I'm sure, just about 80, 85 or 86 doctors, quite a lot of doctors on St. Kitts and Nevis who have taken the vaccine, who have been vaccinated. So why are we not coming on board as well? And Cameron made a very interesting comment that caught my attention, and I've been thinking about it since he made the comment. And the comment was this.
It's not enough for you to have a platform and to go like Nicodemus in the middle of the night and have the vaccine to protect yourself and your family and say nothing about it. And we have been...
Yes, you know, Nicodemus in the night. And someone said to me, Nicodemus would be on tomorrow on a particular program. But Nicodemus took his vaccine, but he's talking about people should get choices. And some people, and yes, everyone should have choice because we live in a free country. Fundamental rights are protected, freedom, and that includes freedom of choice. But some people talk about this.
The vaccine that are here that they're not taking, they're waiting on the Cuban vaccine. It's amazing to see that they're waiting on a vaccine that is not there, and the one that are here, they're not taking it.
Imagine, you're waiting on a vaccine that's not here, and the one that's here, they're not taking it. That's from Sugar down west, some words. But Dr. Wilkinson had this to say about the Cuban vaccine. Listen closely.
I just want to make a point about this waiting for the vaccine. And some persons say they're waiting for the Cuban vaccine. The Cuban vaccine has not cleared all of the clinical trials as yet, and so it has no authorization by the World Health Organization to be used in the general public. And so yes, if the Cuban vaccine comes on board and it's available and you want to have it, I guess you can have it. But right now the platform that we have is the AstraZeneca vaccine that is being bought in by the government. I even have persons ask me, can I bring in the Pfizer vaccine? Well, if you think that you can go to Pfizer and order a few doses and get it shipped down here on a special refrigerator, you can do that, but it is not really practical. It's almost even difficult for even a Caribbean country to go to Pfizer and try and see if they can buy 50,000 doses.
Not even entertained.
Yeah, you won't even be entertained. And so the vaccine that we have is the AstraZeneca that has been shown to be safe and effective. And so there is no reason for you to be saying you're waiting for something that is not available when you have one that can save your life now.
Try and save your life now. We have one that's available. And yes, if in the event the Cuban vaccine becomes available, Dr. Laws, our Chief Medical Officer, said yes.
We will consider vaccines that have achieved the World Health Organization emergency use listing. So right now Cuba has about 4 to 5 vaccines under production. Now these are protein vaccines. They are very promising, but then the scientist tells you that the Cubans took time to understand the virus, to understand the disease before they started. So they started late. And so there are a number of months before we can have access to the Cuban vaccines, because they have not completed the phase 3 trials as yet. And so right now they are vaccinated. There are persons at home in Cuba to see how the vaccine works. They are collaborating with Iran, Venezuela, Mexico, just to name a few. They're collaborating with other countries in order to get their phase 3 trials completed, so that we can even know what the efficacy of these vaccines are. So a lot of information is still left to be known about the vaccine candidates coming out of Cuba. So it's going to be a few months before they would have achieved emergency use listing anywhere in the world.
Yes, my straight up family. The vaccines that are there, I encourage you to use them. The AstraZeneca, we understand, has been deployed or is being used in over or just about 148 countries around the world. So it has global acclaim.
The AstraZeneca Oxford vaccine is utilized in over 148 countries globally. So it is the vaccine that has the widest global reach.
Yes, the AstraZeneca has the widest global reach in over 148 countries in the world. Another current issue in the Federation has to do or deals with illegal immigration. And yes, we have illegal immigration all across the world. People move from borders to borders, or from your country to another country, and that is nothing new around the world. If you move into a country without the necessary legal documents or violates the immigration laws, then you will have committed illegal immigration. You will be termed as an illegal immigrant. So, illegal immigration is the movement of foreign nationals into a country without the requisite legal documents or in any way that flouts the destination's country's immigration laws. And you see what's happening on the borders with Mexico and the USA. And illegal immigration can occur for a number of reasons, and its effects are wide-ranging, my straight talk family. And we can explore as well the various causes of illegal immigration and also look at its major impacts. our own from St. Kitts and Nevis have illegally entered many other countries in the past and maybe continue to do so. We can think way back in the days going to St. Thomas and St. Croix in St. Martin in the USA, and the list will go on and on. And like I said, there are various causes, numerous reasons why people move to foreign countries without following the proper channels. And there are common reasons. There could be trade liberalization, for example. The countries of the world embrace measures to liberalize trade in the spirit of pursuing the benefits of globalization. In the Caribbean, we introduced CARICOM. A matter of fact, before that, we had organs like the CT, the Common External Tariff, which morphed into the CARICOM, I think it's called Single Market and Economy. The opening of our domestic markets resulted for us in St. Kitts Nevis in the displacement of a number of our own unskilled workers in particular, who be replaced by, or displaced rather, by those from other countries who seek employment and better living standards through illegal immigration. Our own people, as I said, have done that. Will continue to do so. It is a fact of life. Poverty in some places have caused illegal immigration. Overpopulation is another reason. Wars and asylum have caused illegal immigration. And the effects on or of illegal immigration may be positive in some cases or negative, depending on how you look at them. There are some negative cases, for example, a strain on our public utilities, but to some, they readily supply cheap labor. That has a negative effect though, because employers, for example, in the destination country, like St. Kitts and Nevis, they hire workers whom they do not pay the standard rates. They don't pay the social security. Issues like that arise, and they're not good, because our own citizens lose their jobs, the country loses revenue in terms of taxes and so on, and the list goes on and on. And as well, there's a rise most times in criminal activities, because while most of the illegal immigrants are out looking for employment opportunities, is a good number among them that are involved in criminal activities. The bottom line is, though, it can have serious impacts on the economy of the destination country to which they all go, as well as on the lives of the illegal immigrants themselves. And my straight dog family, just recently, as a matter of fact, last year, I think it was in June of last year, we heard of some illegal immigrants being apprehended.
We would like to inform or to appeal to the general public that if you see something, say something. We've been hearing rumors over the last few months that persons are coming in by sea.
Yes, we've heard that. That's last year. Remember last year, there are some 13 illegal Haitians apprehended over there in, I think it was Keys.
The police would have executed a search warrant in the Keys community and found 10 Haitians in a house and in the mountainside of Keys. They were handed over to the immigration department as they entered the country illegally. So they are illegal migrants. They're all males. We found, well, as I said before, we had 10 in the early part of Monday, and by evening we had 12, and yesterday morning we found another one. So we now have 13 adult male Haitians in immigration/police custody. The police and immigration continues our investigations.
And yes, we've also currently, just a few days ago, experienced something similar.
Illegal migration, which includes human smuggling and trafficking, is occurring throughout the world. St. Kitts and Nevis is no exception, especially since our stringent protocols caused us to keep down our number of confirmed COVID-19 cases. So we had 45 cases with 44 fully recovered and no deaths. That record is making our destination attractive to scrupulous and unscrupulous persons.
Well, like I said, it's long before our COVID record. I'm sorry to be at variance with the good lady. She's doing a wonderful job. But just yesterday, my Stray Dog family, we heard this.
On Tuesday, 11th May, at about 10:30 a.m., the police received information about a fishing vessel landing at Limekiln Bay and an individual with a suitcase alighting the vessel and running off into the Limekiln village area. The Coast Guard and several police and defense force units responded and found the abandoned vessel on the beach. The surrounding area was searched, but no one was found. The vessel was taken into custody by the St. Kitts Nevis Coast Guard. Our investigation so far has revealed that the vessel was stolen in Antigua the night before. This has led us to believe that the individual possibly came from Antigua. We are well aware of the COVID-19 situation in Antigua with respect to community spread. This has raised concern for us as we do not know the COVID-19 status of this person who has now integrated into our society.
Yes, my Stray Dog family. So this is what has happened. We understand, though, that the culprit was captured, and that's good news. But what can we do to really prevent it? We are fortunate that we have, in fact, found that one. How many have entered? As a matter of fact, there's just recently released from the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force. Police capture man on the run. And that's the caption, and I quote, it's dated 13th May, that's today. And it reads, and I quote, the man who entered the Federation on Tuesday without passing through a legal port of entry was apprehended by the police Thursday morning. He was found, beg your pardon, in a house in the Bucklers Development Area sometime after 3 a.m. on May 13, 2021. The search for the man began on May 11th after the police received information about a fishing vessel landing at Limekiln Bay and an individual with a suitcase getting off the vessel and running into the Limekiln village area. The vessel was taken into custody by the St. Kitts and Nevis Coast Guard. Investigations so far have revealed that it was a stolen vessel, or that should be that it was stolen in Antigua and Barbuda on May the 10th. The individual, who is a national of St. Kitts and Nevis, has been placed at the government-designated quarantine site under guard. A representative for the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force on the National COVID-19 Task Force, Superintendent Kwame Henry, disclosed Thursday afternoon that the COVID-19 test result for the subject was a negative. He will be tested again at the end of 14 days, but at least that man has been apprehended. A nice way of saying he is under arrest. He locked up, but in quarantine, guarded by police. So my Stray Dog family, those are some of the issues I raised. And I want to say hello to Culture. I haven't heard from him. My sister Joan, you have not contacted me about him. My sister as well, my other sister, I haven't heard from her, but Lady Percival give me a call. So these are some of the issues I raised my Straight Dog family. I want to literally give you a scope to raise any other issue you wish to raise tonight. It's your night, and you can address or add to what I said. Perhaps let us know what is the solution to avoid these infiltration or these kinds of infiltrations of our borders. And as we say, if you see something, say something, and that has derived some benefits, my Straight Dog family. But it's 8:28, and it's time to hear from you. I'm going to open the lines, entertain your calls, and entertain your emails. If you're so inclined to do so, the numbers are 465-2555 and or 718-577-2916. I trust that overseas line is working tonight, so I can get those in diaspora to participate. For those who like the cloak of anonymity, I call it, you have access via my email platform, which is zizstraightalk@gmail.com. That's zizstraightalk@gmail.com. That's one word, the lowercase, and you can contact me via email. I do take some of your Facebook messages as well, and any other social media. But my Straight Dog family, I want to, as always, implore you to respect others. And of course, to achieve that, you must first respect yourselves. Let us try to be fair to all concerned. Let us try to build goodwill and better friendships. Let us ensure that the things we say and or do will be beneficial to all concerned. And in the process of saying and doing those things, my Straight Dog family, I implore you to let us all strive to build a kinder, gentler St. Kitts and Nevis. And hearing my brother Eric, he just got his vax, he said, last week, and no effects to date. Well, I had my second vax last week, and I am feeling wonderful. So yes, my Straight Dog family, the lines are open. I'll hear from you. Let me know what's on your mind. Let me know how things are going, and let me know how you are being encouraged or are encouraging others as well to look at reopening our economy in St. Kitts and Nevis and get back some semblance of normalcy. I want to say good night to St. Martin. I want to say good night to New York, to all of North America, and all of the Virgin Islands that I fall in trouble. St. Thomas and Croix in the house, and the Eastern Caribbean, and someone is on the line, and I want to say good night, caller. You are live. Can you see?
Hello.
Hey, caller?
Yes, good night. Yes. And I will Patrick, I first them. Anyway, I waiting on the barrel, and me seeing the barrel. So what I got to do now, I don't tell me one the minister that I could get what I want, like how everybody getting what they want, because you know help me. And the people in my public works on the road, so that must tell you that Dick Watley passed away, and this man in Newtown, I remember what he named, but he's from Nevis.
I tell.
So they said, big them up with a sympathy. And looking at this, I just get my vaccine, and I hope everything is alright with the vaccine, because I don't want no problem with the vaccine. Yes. And you have a blessed night. because you earned helping me with this barrel, but empty barrel make the most noise. And people say that now they don't vote, nobody will study them, they're calling and nobody will answer because the vote was free, so nobody's studying them. Have a good night. And Chinny in your tongue say hello. And big up the man who just said on the radio, the Sonny Nolan, yes, you take care. All the best and drive safely and watch the people who you go panel with and eat and drink. Take care. See you.
Okay, thank you very much. That's my good neighbor friend from down west. She's persistent about this barrel. I really got to get that barrel packed, some food stuff. I guess what you should do is send me your address. Send your address to Theo Clark, and Theo Clark would forward it to me. What about that, Casildo? My Sherlock family, it's 8:33. And saying hello, yes, to my good brother by another mother, Trini. Trini there on George Street. Trini, I'm going to see you soon, I hope. As my straight dog family. And yes, Sonny Nolan, 90 years old. Sonny was talking strong at 90, trust me.
On behalf of His Excellency, Young Patrice Liburd, we want to wish you a happy 90th birthday. Liburd. And we hope that you continue to be in good strength and spirits, and the family continue to give you the love and support that you need. So this is the food basket. I want you to say something for Mr. Liburd. You talked to him already? But just say something.
Don't around for me. Hafiz, don't around for me. Hafiz is my man. Hafiz. You don't say you're coming, you really coming back. Watch me. Hafiz on me. You didn't see it, but he's still in me. Oh God, it's nice.
Sonny Nolan at 90, going strong, my straight dog family. Saying good night to Sandra Roberts as well. Jasmine and Kelly, they are on the ferry terminal, and Sasha Mali, the entire gang. What about my folks there at the Nevis Agency Post Authority, my security massive? So, too, at this Casper Port Authority as well, my straight dog family. I keep sometimes forgetting these emails, so here's what I'm gonna, while I wait your calls, I'm gonna read these emails. Mr. Chairman, in looking at the recent events that took place at Casper in the last few months, as an economist, this institution is heading for disaster. Your approach towards this COVID vaccine by you and your minister is reckless. Casper could see the departure of some of its most valuable assets in the coming months, and this could see this institution spending large sum of monies that you claim you don't have. Losing your experienced people puts not only Casper at risk, but the whole country. I suggest that you all take serious look at what you are doing in an effort to come up with a better solution. To copy what you see in the outer world can only spell disaster for you, and the outer world would not be able to help. I anticipate by as early as next month and beyond, you will start getting sued if this mindset doesn't change. And from here on, it will be downhill, and only privatization can save you. I have spoken to quite a few employees of Casper, managers and junior staff. They are not happy, but are willing to take their chances this time around. Some have even told me that they would have given up their packages in 2010 to keep the institution afloat. And now look at what you're doing to them. I say to you, your employees are your greatest assets. Be wise in all you do. Read this email. And those are the views of the emailer and not the views of Straight Talk and or the host of Straight Talk. As you go back to the lines, a caller, I do want to thank you for holding. Hello, caller. Okay, I seem to have lost the call. I have not been able to sort out these overseas lines as well. But yes, my Straight Talk family, we are generally open the lines for you and to have your input, my Straight Talk family. And we spoke again about those who are waiting on the Cuban vaccine, my Straight Talk family.
That are here that they're not taking, they're waiting on the Cuban vaccine. It's amazing to see that they're waiting on a vaccine that is not there, and the one that are here, they're not taking it.
Interesting.
I just want to make a point about this waiting for the vaccine, and some persons say they're waiting for the Cuban vaccine. The Cuban vaccine has not cleared all of the clinical trials as yet, and so it has no authorization by the World Health Organization to be used in the general public. And so yes, if the Cuban vaccine comes on board and it's available and you want to have it, I guess you can have it. But right now the platform that we have is the AstraZeneca vaccine. That is
AstraZeneca vaccine. Let's go back to the lines. Caller, that's what's available. You are online, caller. You're live. Thank you for holding.
Mr. Patrick, good night.
Good night, my brother John. I've heard you for a long time.
I'm fine, Mr. Patrick. I was in the hospital, but I come out last week Thursday.
Oh, yeah? All right. Happy to learn. Happy to learn.
Yeah, I was in my foot. Now,
okay.
I want to say something here tonight. Now, the vaccine is, when I think about it, up to last night I was talking to a man from England, but he from St. Kitts. And he said England is really going fine because people are taking the vaccine. And what happened up there, they said people were dying without the vaccine. Now they get the vaccine, nobody are dead now. But the situation is that when I listen to Freedom FM, I am amazed that people who here want to bring down the country. And if you is working and you don't want to take the vaccine, and people who take the vaccine, you know how to work for them. So the situation is that and they are saying that the Prime Minister is really pushing. But it is so hitting that when all the doctors have been saying it amazes me, you know. Nearly all the doctors have been saying it, take the vaccine. And people who don't take the vaccine, it amazes me. But I'm saying, you know, there's a man in the Bible, there was a man in the Bible. There was famine in Samaria. And when the prophet tell them there's going to be food in the land, a man said not a thing goes so. And when the food come, when the man who said that there is no food, they're tramping at the gate. And that was going to happen to a lot of people
when the country open up, a lot of people can get behind. You understand, Mr. Patrick? So I don't really understand. People fool our people, tell them don't take the vaccine, and the guy take home. You say people stupid? And say that I wonder about it. Some people like to fool our people and believe themselves that everything else. People not think for themselves. You know, son, when I sit here, I hear people talk, I say, my God, hear them now. So that is the situation. Mr. Patrick, I want to see your body now. I want to see your body. So I know you're working and I know you're looking after the country. But God will let me live to see you. And have a pleasant night, right? And you keep holding on the Lord. Have a pleasant night. See you. Bye.
See you, my dear brother. Bible man, John, from Tabernacle. And yes, there are some people who are trying to discourage you, but they have taken the vaccine, but they don't tell you. But let's go back to the lines. Caller, you are live.
The back of the trucks, you know, where they stood, where they lay the flour down.
Are you there, caller? Okay, we seem to be having some mix-up there. But yes, my Straight Dog family, some of those, they are referred to as, I believe, the Nicodemus. This is what the doctor referred to.
Enough for you to have a platform and to go like Nicodemus in the middle of the night and have the vaccine to protect yourself and your family and say nothing about it. And we have been...
You know, and yes, they have a platform, they're on radio, but they themselves have taken the vaccine. But the truth is, as you've just heard, approximately 90% of the doctors have taken the vaccine. And I've heard there are about 95 doctors in seconds. That's quite a lot of doctors, don't you find?
We have been in this fight very beginning since last year, and we'll continue to fight for every single person, including those who want to take the vaccines and those who do not want to take the vaccine, because no one is safe until everyone is safe. And so we thank you very much. I just want to tell everyone out there that more than 90% of the doctors in the Federation have taken the vaccine. A number of our frontline workers have taken the vaccine. I have taken the vaccine. My wife has taken the vaccine. My children. I would not be doing that if I didn't think it was safe and effective. And so I encourage you to do the same.
Yes, the doctors have taken the vaccine. His wife has taken the vaccine. His daughters have taken the vaccine. Ambassador, I am proud of what I'm hearing reads this email of your work compared to the one you replace. They say you and your style is on steroids. The amount of work you are putting on or putting out. No more slow train to China, like the last one who was paid in US dollars and held the T-Unity government ransom over a clerical error. Mr. Liburd, kudos for those security forces for grabbing that attempted murderer. I hope they have him a good going over, keep on doing the Federation proud. For Condor, Adams, and Astafan Bonkampa, and all of them who paid people not to vote for you, will die of grudgery, because you will always come out on top. Plenty blessings, and God bless you, reads this email. And as we said, we've heard that this individual came to the country illegally.
Tuesday 11th May at about 10:30 a.m., the police received information about a fishing vessel landing at Lime King Bay and an individual with a suitcase alighting the vessel and running off into the Limekeel village area. The Coast Guard and several police and defense force units responded and found the abandoned vessel on the beach. The surrounding area was searched, but no one was found. The vessel was taken into custody by the St. Kitts Nevis Coast Guard. Our investigation so far has revealed that the vessel was stolen in Antigua the night before. This had led us to believe that the individual possibly came from Antigua. We are well aware of the COVID-19 situation in Antigua with respect to community spread. This has raised concern for us, as we do not know the COVID-19 status of this person who has now integrated into our society.
And yes, we have since learned that that man was captured, and the police dated May 13, 2021. The man who entered the Federation on Tuesday without passing through a legal port of entry was apprehended by the police Thursday morning. He was found in a house in the Buckley's development area sometime after 3 a.m. on May 13, 2021. The search for the man began on May 11th after the police received information about a fishing vessel landing at Limekeel Bay and an individual with a suitcase, getting off the vessel and running into the Limekeel village area. The vessel was taken into custody by the St. Kitts Nevis Coast Guard. Investigations so far have revealed it was stolen in Antigua and Barbuda on May 10th. The individual, who is a national of St. Kitts and Nevis, has been placed at a government-designated quarantine site on the guard. The representative for the St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force, that's the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force, on the National COVID-19 Task Force, Superintendent Henry, disclosed Thursday afternoon that the COVID-19 test results for the suspect was negative. He will be tested again at the end of 14 days. So there has been an apprehension in that particular case. My straight talk family. Let's go back to the lines and take this call. Caller, you're live.
Hello?
Yes,
yes,
you're live.
Mr. Liburd.
Yes, sir.
Yes, my thing, right, I don't think that the government should put anything in place to kind of force anybody to take the vaccine, right? But what I think should be done, maybe it shouldn't be the government. Well, it still would be government because the task force is set up by the government, right? But maybe what the task force should do, just like during carnival time, you have this bar crawl and this stuff where they go around. If the vaccine could be moved like that, right? If it could be moved like that, placing something around, maybe a refrigerator or ice or whatever, and it could be moved. Just like how they got a bar crawl and they go around and they stop by, in different communities or villages. And try to see if that way, by doing it that way, if they can get people, more people being vaccinated, instead of just waiting. Because I think I heard, I think Miss Laws and Mr. Wilkins saying by the end of next month, if the vaccine that they have isn't used up, if it would expire at that time, right? But so instead of just waiting on people to come to the different health centers, why not do a vaccination call, whatever do you want to call it, or a vaccination kit? But you go around, you drive around the island, and you stop in villages. You could announce it. Maybe what you could do, put it on the radio first. Put it on the different radio station first, and saying that by maybe the 30th of May. This is what we're gonna have this thing where we go around the island and we'll be stopping in the villages. So people who might not want to come to town, or maybe they might not be a health center in their village, they can get it done that way. If it could be done that way, if the vaccine could be moved around like that, and still be protected in terms of the proper use and stuff for it. Maybe I think they should try something like that, and see if that would help to improve that, increase the amount of people taking the vaccine. I hope the people at the task force are listening and probably should think about that and, try that. If Carnival then get to go around with it and stop by all the bars and stuff and try to promote the Carnival and get people to come to Carnival shows and different things. Why not do it this way and see if they could increase the amount of people taking the vaccine? Thank you, Mr. Lewis.
Thank you very much. Well, every suggestion is a good one. I believe that they have been decentralized areas in the different communities and at the different community centers as well, but that's something that they can consider as well, what you call a vaccination cade, a vaccicade, like a bar crawl. But all ideas are good ideas nonetheless. It's 6 before the 9 o'clock hour. We have actually having an open forum tonight, though I raise certain issues as it relates to the vaccine. We can't help but talking about the vaccination, as the COVID is still with us and would be with us for some time. There's the issue as well about the Cuban vaccine, which has been raised, and the doctors that were here did in fact give their view on the Cuban vaccine. Here's Dr. Wilkinson.
Being bought in by the government. I even have persons ask me, can I bring in the Pfizer vaccine? Well, if you think that you can go to Pfizer and order a few doses and get it shipped down here on a special refrigerator, you can do that, but it is not really practical. It's almost even difficult for even a Caribbean country to go to Pfizer and try and see if they can buy 50,000 doses.
Not even entertaining.
Yeah, you won't even be entertained. And so the vaccine that we have is the AstraZeneca that has been shown to be safe and effective. And so there is no reason for you to be saying you're waiting for something that is not available when you have one that can save your life now.
Yes, so try and save your life now, because the AstraZeneca is being used in over 140 countries all around the globe. It is one that has global reach. My Straight Dog family.
AstraZeneca Oxford vaccine is utilized in over 148 countries globally. So it is the vaccine that has the widest global reach.
Yes, it has a global reach in over 148 countries. So, there's no need to wait when you can save your life now, my Straight Dog family. It is about the now and not the later, my Straight Dog family. It's now 4 minutes before the 9 o'clock hour. My lines are open, and I did in fact raise two issues tonight. One, as it relates to illegal immigration, which is always with us, or has been with us for some time, and will be with us for a long time to come. And there are many causes of illegal immigration, and in this case, it was not illegal immigration. It was, we understand from the police release, it was a condition that was held. That was an illegal entry. Let's go back to the lines, caller. It's 3 before 9 o'clock. You are live.
Yes, good evening, Honorable Patrick again. Sometimes we legal going other people's country too, you know. So we got to be a part with them and see what we can work up with them. Because sometimes we legal, we want to go with country that we could make the money. And personally, some people saying that the vaccine mess with them monthly. So there's a lot of things. So we hope everything work out good. Because I just get it, and I hope everything work up by the help of Almighty God, that everybody body is thing. I take a vitamin B complex before I take it, so the body feel a little better. Yes, and you have a good night again, and big up all the new tongue for you. I just said I want to make you come by the help of God. So me, you know, because when you come, me and can't see you, because them going to want to see you, mommy. See you.
Thank you very much, my dear friend. How she gets in so fast and others can't get in? Always beat me in my straight up public. But yes, in terms of the vaccination, you suggested they say mess with the monthly, whatever that means. But we've heard so many things about the vaccine, and I like what the good doctor said about the vaccine. This is what he said.
Been in this fight from the very beginning since last year, and we'll continue to fight for every single person, including those who want to take the vaccines and those who do not want to take the vaccine, because no one is safe until everyone is safe. And so we thank you very much. And I just want to tell everyone out there that more than 90% of the doctors in the Federation have taken the vaccine. A number of our frontline workers have taken the vaccine. I have taken the vaccine. My wife has taken the vaccine. My children. I would not be doing that if I didn't think it was safe and effective. And so I encourage you to do the same.
Yes, my Straight Talk family, encouragement coming from the medical chief of staff as relates to the vaccine. It's 1 before 9 o'clock. We go back to the lines. Caller, you're live.
Patrice, good night.
Good night, my dear.
Our pleasure. Good evening, Marsha here.
Marsha, how are you, Marsha?
I'm wonderful. I'm blessed. I'm moving on smoothly on the
My heart is still with you. I hope you're standing strong.
Yes, strong. Yes, I am. With the help of my good Prime Minister, my kind-hearted Prime Minister, I'll get through my hurdles.
Wow, we seem to have lost that call. Marsha. Hope you will get back in, but you've lost the call, unfortunately. And we understand you interred your mom a few days ago, and trust you are having
Mr. Liburd,
a good time. Call you live.
But please answer, the phone going to cut out. Good night, how are you?
I am peaceful.
No, let me say something.
How are you?
Not too bad. I'm sick with my foot. Everybody beg. I want a diabetic ban. Go in Walgreen. But I ain't going to wait for no boat. Put it in your pocket. No, let me ask me. I will ask something and say something. Where they say the fella from?
The guy with the boat?
Yeah.
So he's from St. Kitts?
No,
and Nevis?
Asking you where he from. You don't know?
Or which part of St. Kitts?
No. He from St. Kitts? The fella with,
yes.
With the boat and run with the suitcase. He from St. Kitts?
Yes, so the release says.
Yeah, but why he had to do that if he from St. Kitts? I thought it was some foreigners, because only foreigners come here because here so nice. And they must done with it, because here so free. They could run and they could just come as they like. He from St. Kitts, come legal and then we'll find something to tell the police, don't run, because if you run, it's going to be worse for him. Because everybody just heading to St. Kitts, so what happened to the people them for St. Kitts? Look, so much police, them are take on now, foreign police. Not Kittish and want a police job no more. And when they go on the street now, they're going to go bang up the Kittitian and do them bad because they're going to say they can't talk English and they do all kind of things. I thought the thing for Mr. Okay, let me give you a story. Last week Friday, I was coming home and a fella was standing up in an area near to me, and he looked around and he watched me and he laughed. So I say, "You know me?" He said, "No." I said, "Well, why you laugh?" And I was asking him a question because he looked foreign. I said, "Where you from?" "West Africa." Mr. Liburd, come on. West Africa people in St. Kitts at time like now and Corona, and he said he come since this thing open up. That's why when people talk, you all must listen to people. Because one time ago, you know, when they had a police talk, and if I could have get in to misuse them, I would have said it. Every 3 to 4 months, they must go round. The St. Kitts too small for that. Go round and see and hear all who come in. Because if suppose, even though he's from St. Kitts, suppose nobody did see him run with the suitcase. Nobody knows still who all he put off. They only see he won. Mr. Liburd, please, 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 they must listen to people when people talk. The place to open up. They ain't going to take no chance up the airport. Look which party come. It could have come out down a sunny point too. Anyway, say you're here, don't forget to put the thing in your pocket.
Okay, my dear. It sounds like Alice in Wonderland. Yes, but yes, very interesting a perspective nonetheless. I mean, but perhaps didn't have any resources. I'm not trying to justify it, but again, the release said that, and I read it. I'm sure I read it. It said the individual who is a national of St. Kitts and Nevis has been placed in government quarantine. So he is in fact a national of St. Kitts and Nevis. Let's go back to the lines. Call you live.
Patches, good evening. Oh, you know, my phone did drop out.
I'm happy you got back.
Okay, yes, back with you now. Patches, my contribution tonight. First, I want to say a big thank you to the Prime Minister for being there for the family during our time of bereavement. Also, I want to thank the prison officers, because you know, my mom was a prison officer for over 20 years, for coming out, you know, and showing the big support. Right? But Patrice, what I want to touch on tonight is the vaccine story. I think, Patrice, the honest person I see pushing this vaccine, I'm going to be talk plain and straight, and I don't care. The honest person who's pushing this vaccine is the Prime Minister. As I said before, the Prime Minister has been taking time out of his busy schedule every Saturday and encouraging people to take this vaccine. I don't have any problem with the West Minister of Government, as I said, but I think they need to go out and push the vaccine the way how the Prime Minister is pushing this vaccine. Because as the lady said, that we all are in this thing together. So if we all are in this thing together, Patrice, I think some of those ministers in St. Kitts and Nevis need to go out and push this vaccine some more. Right? And I just want to say, again, that no, I have some family here, some come from overseas, and they are saying St. Kitts is looking good under the Team Unity government. St. Kitts has improved tremendously under the Team Unity government. And I want to thank God for the Prime Minister who is spearheading the ship, and he's leading the ship as a great captain. And he's one of the best captains so far, the best by test. So I want to commend my Prime Minister for steering the ship without fear or favor. Patrice, you contributed to it as well, because under your leadership, you done a lot of work here. So I want to commend you highly for the job what you have done and you're still doing. But I think that the vaccine of the opposition need to go and try to, talk to the people and let them, let them take the vaccine, because some of them has already taken the same vaccine in a package. Some of them has already taken the vaccine. Some of the opposition them has already taken the vaccine, but they're hiding it from other people because they don't want them to go and take it. But I think if they talk to the people, them, and let them go out and take the vaccine, we should be ready to welcome the world. Patrice, they need to go out and they need to help, because we all are in this thing together. I don't really want to say much tonight. I'm just calling to give my 2 pence as I'm still under my grievance face to Patrice. So you have a pleasant good night, Patrice, tonight, and you get home safe, and I'll be back strong out from Monday next week. Monday, God spare my life. May God bless and keep you, and may God cause His face to shine upon you. Good night, my Prime Minister, if you hear my voice, or probably might hear me tomorrow. The best Prime Minister that ever touched down in St. Kitts. A man with a good heart, a man who loves people, a man who looks after people, a caring man, an intelligent man, and a bright man. So I want you all, and Patrice, Sunday we'll be having church at Shadwell by the Touch by the Wounded Hand Ministry. The Prime Minister, I will invite everybody to come out to the church service on Sunday at 10. Touch by the Wounded Hand Ministry at Shadwell, Pine Garden. I invited everyone to come out and support the Prime Minister and the church service on Sunday. Okay, Patrice, you have a blessed night. I might call back in if I want to. Hello?
Where is that in Shadwell, sorry?
Pine Garden.
Okay.
The church name Touched by the Wounded Hand Ministry International at Pine Garden. So I'm inviting everyone under the sound of my voice to come on out and come out and show your appreciation on Sunday at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
So you have a good night, Patrick, and my call back in.
Have a good night as well.
Okay, bye.
Marsha, never out of words, and I'm sure it's difficult to dispute many of the things, or any of the things she would have said about our Prime Minister, my Straight Dog family. It's now 9 o'clock, my Straight Dog family. I'm having some difficulties with the lines, in particular the overseas line. I must apologize for my callers, in particular in the diaspora. Certainly have to find some way to get you in, because that line's been down now for 2 successive programs, and we do have some difficulties with some lines. I understand ZIZ will be in for an upgrade shortly. Let's hope that the radio station will be taken into consideration. Caller, you're live. Hello, caller. Okay, seem to have missed that call again. Whatever are the issues with our telephones, we do apologize for that, my Straight Dog family, but never mind, my Straight Dog family. Yes, you're hearing us, so let's, again, my Straight Dog family, encourage our neighbors, encourage our friends, encourage our family. Bring that down a little lower, Theo. Encourage our neighbors, encourage our friends that this, trying to read that, but not too clear. But encourage our neighbors, encourage our friends, encourage our family to go and take the vaccine there. I'm getting some sign language there from the mayor of St. Paul's. Perhaps if you can do that a little bigger, so I can understand. That's a banter here between Theo and myself. But yes, my Straight Dog family, it's 11 minutes past the 9 o'clock hour. I say good night to my Facebook massive. I say good night to Coral Springs in Florida. I say good night to New York. I say good night to Texas. I say good night to New Jersey. Over there in California is in the house as well. Canada, Toronto is also in the house. Pennsylvania, Georgia is in the house. My Straight Dog family, St. Martin, St. Thomas, they are also in the house. And this message from my dear brother Manfred reads, I wrote on the question of the efficacy, and people must be told that the vaccine doesn't protect you from the COVID because it can still be transmitted to you by an infected person. Let's go again, Theo. Let me see what you're saying there. But try the overseas line again. We understand that it's up and running for those who've been having difficulty with that line. Understand it's now been up and running, so you can try that overseas line. We're having some difficulty with our lines, but try that overseas line again. But again, the vaccine hesitancy, as it is called, is creating some concern. And we need to encourage others to go get their vaccination, because we are not only protecting ourselves, we are protecting people as well if we get vaccinated. Let's go back to the lines. Caller, you live.
Greetings, Mr. Ian Patches Liburd.
Greetings, my brother. How art thou?
I'm very, very good. Trusting in the Lord and being safe at the same time. What about you?
I am peaceful. Trusting in the Lord as well. Trying to be safe.
That's good. Mr. Patches, concerning opening of our country, you say it's an open program tonight. Opening of our country, which is very vital. And when we close our country borders, at least we know one day, sometime, we have to reopen our country in somewhere, in some form, in shape or shape. Last week, I think, you played a tape with the tourism minister making some utterances concerning, he went to the prime minister, laying the prime minister concerning the economy. And you also played tape concerning the lady who representing tourism, and she making some comments concerning water and sand, something of that nature. And when I listen to those statements from those two persons, especially the tourism minister, I wonder why he had to express himself like that. Because he expressing himself like that, he sounds like he just changed minister to the cabinet, because they have cabinet meetings. And over the past year, months, ideas should have been coming from those two persons concerning the development, future development of the country within a COVID period, because you said it tonight. I mean, we don't know when we're going to get over this atmosphere of COVID. So at least we must be preparing ourselves with new thoughts and new ideas to be prosperous. And the tourism minister should have been carrying ideas to the cabinet, strengthening the prime minister's hand with the diversification of the economy in terms of helping market sources out there for technology, manufacturing, also agriculture. You could never lose on agriculture. We could grow peanuts, we could export things we can export. We might have problems in before. We have a young population, make agriculture more modern, feed it more modern. And we should have feel more pulse of a diversification happening in our country. You know, most of the Caribbean countries still want to go back to the same service tourism. And we see the weaknesses that it can cause. Even though we see financial gains, but we see what's going on. The Lord is showing us we must diversify our ways of doing things, because remember the Bible said it, ye must be born again. So ways have to change in this new era. And the government shouldn't have no fear. The persons who criticizes the government today still on programs are the same person who've been criticizing the government 2015 and 2020 election. And the people of the country examine the criticism and they do what they think was best for the country. They put back the unity administration with a more resounding mandate. So, what I would like to see too, the Prime Minister to bring back the legislation concerning giving the Prime Minister to term to the Assembly. He have a more strengthening body now. So, let's see the words fulfilled. Otherwise than that, Mr. Patches, I think we just got to continue putting our trust in God, putting our health first, and at the same time, be consistent with the diversification of our economy. Thank you, Mr. Patches. Good night.
Thank you very much. Very sound intervention, as usual. Let's go back to the lines. Caller, you're live.
Mr. Liburd, me again. You could hear me? You could hear me?
Yes, you're live.
No.
Yes, you're live.
Yes, what I'm saying, it ain't no foreigners coming to get married, but it's only no the people them and the working for you. Leadership, no. If they did doing that all the time, that's why I said they must listen to people. They're not listening. And when them Jamaicans come in, them one get in work so quick as soon as they come in front of kitchen and want to push them round. And here, they mustn't them that, but it's the owners them it, but not Lord man. And going now, go say about they're going to see who all get married. 3 months ago, I met a fella, he only just picked breadfruit or tamman to sell. Stone dress. You saw dress where you going? He just get married. He pay $1,000 for the woman. That could be fair. They must look into things and when people talk. But when me talk, a lot of people come vex with me. I don't care. See you.
My dear, that's what Straight Talk is all about. And just in the event you miss that the caller before this, the last caller, in terms of the comments made in terms of diversification, this is what the CEO of the Tourism Authority said a few weeks ago.
There is no other way out. And if there's a way out, please show me, because everything else that has been tried before has failed. And if we continue like this, I don't know what we're going to do, because there are businesses that are the anchor, and I need to say this, for tourism in St. Kitts. And if they do not survive, Sun, Sea and Sun is not sufficient in the competitive market to sell St. Kitts and Nevis. We need certain attractions to work.
We need to diversify tourism. In the event you're pondering again, if you missed it some programs ago, this is what the caller referred to as well.
I believe if I jump up on the cabinet's desk anymore, they'll break it down. But just like private businesses are struggling and on the verge of collapse, government is also pressured. SCASFA, which I have the opportunity to lead at this moment, 327 employees, paid in them over a year. We are on the verge of no money because our funds are generated from cruise and our funds are generated from the airport. We haven't seen money in the coffers for over a year, like some of the private businesses. So we too are also suffering. That businesses are on the verge of collapse because of their financial difficulties. And that is why 2 weeks ago I went to the Prime Minister and said, Mr. Prime Minister, we need to do something. The country is dying. I said that to him. And the reason why it's dying and what we have to do. Yes, I could understand the science, etc., but we had to do something to balance the science with economics.
Yes, in fact, though, the Casper gets its money, most of its revenue from the cargo throughput. Let's go back to the lines. Caller, thank you for holding your line.
Yes, good night, cousin. How are you? Long time I haven't heard from you.
I'm here. I'm peaceful. Yourself?
Okay, I'm all right. I'm all right. Already under my COVID shots and everything. I'm feeling good, doing good. I'm here, not because you're not hearing me. I'm watching you. I'm listening to you every time you comes on. So I'm lying in my bed right now.
Fully vaccinated now?
I'm watching you in my bed right now, and I'm listening to you about the person. But he's not a runaway. He's just, maybe he ain't had it to come out, so he stole the boat to come back home.
Well, I guess so. But maybe they have the resources. They should have cleared customs.
Yes, that's true. That's true, but, you know, some people, it's hard time, maybe. It was hard time for him, so that's how he think. But he just has to, he do the crime, he'll have to go through the penalties. So, anyway, and you, how are you doing now?
I am doing wonderful. I've had my second jab, had my second shot, so I'm in a week or so I'll be fully vaccinated.
Okay, I'm fully now. I'm fully, but I hear them telling. I hear the New York, was saying that you can do without mask, but I'm not doing without no mask. I have to go down for. I tell myself I'm going to wait till about September so to done away with the mask. I wear my mask still. I'm fully covered. I'm wearing my mask still. So I just hope you do the same too, and keep well and have a good night going home. Nice hearing your voice once again. Bye.
Nice hearing you as well. They're from South Carolina, I think it is. So the lines, overseas lines are up and about for those who may miss it. Let's go back to the lines. Call you live.
Good night.
Good night.
Patches?
Sounds like the warrior from the east.
No. This is Anita in St. Thomas.
Anita, how are you?
Yes, I'm good. What the lady is saying, that nobody's supposed to be, what's wrong with the man because the man said he just get married. That happened all over. It's nothing's changed. So man, what they be really saying? People come here in St. Thomas, it happened here in St. Thomas, it happened all over. People get married. So why we have the man get married to a petition? They want nobody go to St. Kitts. I hear people on the set is saying, what me? I'm from St. Kitts, and I hear. I don't hear them talk a lot of stupidness about, all of them coming here, coming St. Kitts, come take St. Kitts sleeping walk. Some of them lazy don't really want to walk. Do you see some of the people when they from one country to the other, they have a mission, they just walk over, then they have the family home to look after, so they come to think it and to help themselves. But some of we come out here and we just get in bad company and do all kind of thing, and then they have to send them back home. And all them. I hear people saying, they're coming to St. Kitts to take our walk. Some of us lazy. So let's give the people have a break, man. Let's give them a break. I don't hear people saying, they're coming to St. Kitts to take we walk. Some people walk, but some of them don't want to walk. Oh, give me a break. Good night, Patrick.
Sure. Good night, my dear Anita. Heard you loud and clear. Right? But it is a fact of life, though, that the pursuit of a better quality life is really the primary cause of illegal immigration. It's a fact of life that people try to find a better quality of life elsewhere. Sometimes they don't. And this is mostly achieved through employment in the country to where they go. But the desperation for employment drives illegal migrants, sometimes though, to work in dangerous industries, including construction and agriculture. And they are misused many times by employers, even right there in St. Kitts and Nevis, right? They don't pay their social security, they don't have them covered on the job in terms of indemnity against damage and matters like that. But illegal immigrants are normally desperate for a source of income and they don't mind working for less pay. That's something you can't stop. We have done that as Kittitians and divisions as well, right? But it's something we cannot eradicate. But yes, we will prefer for them to come through the right channels, because the law is the law and we must always follow the law. Let's go back to the lines. Caller, you are live at 9:28. Thank you for holding. Yes, caller. Are you there, caller? Hello, caller? Okay, we seem to be having some difficulty with our lines all night. Okay, we'll try this call again. Yes, you're live, caller. Okay, well, I do apologize for that. We're having some great difficulty with our communication for tonight, but let's hope that next time around we'll improve on that. But in the event you have just joined us as Stray Dog family, we have an open line for tonight. Although I broached two matters as it relates to illegal immigration and of course vaccines as well, my Stray Dog family, and you didn't have the opportunity to raise any other topic you want to raise. But let's go back to the lines. Let's see if this call works this time. Call you live.
Mr. Batis, I'm back again.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Now, here. Now, God ruled this whole universe. And nobody knows what's going to happen in the next minute, in the next hour, and in the next seconds. I've been hearing people say, if you take the vaccine, 2 years after something will happen, well, who tell them so? And especially, I can tell you something, Mr. Baptist, especially as a born-again believer, me not believe that will happen to me, you know? Because God tell me, if I drink any deadly thing, I touch anything, nothing will harm me. And you know why? You know what happened? I've been listening to the opposition. The opposition want the minority people. They want the government with the interest rule. So they are doing everything to frustrate people because they are in a position. But let me tell you something, see. A God only hold universe enough. And nothing could stop this happening. When the country is blessed, the country is blessed. And nobody could stop it. People must understand that the word of God goes further. And when you believe in God, now, God, all the rest of the Bible says, it's not a good man, ordered by the Lord. So, if God put a man in the, at the head of the table, God put Mr. Harris there, and Mr. Harris is doing what is good in the sight of God. God is not going to forsake Mr. Harris. There are kings in the Bible. When God set them up, they started doing good. And after a while, they get up and they started to do wickedness. And God removed them. There are kings in the Bible do well and the country progress. So, I will say to that. When people talk negative things out of your mouth, I will say tonight, you know, be careful what you say. Because the Bible says in Proverbs, get a life in your tongue, Proverbs chapter 18, it says, get a life in your tongue. What you say shall it be allowed. So if you be saying negative thing all the time, if negative thing is coming to you, so when it comes, you can't bless nobody here. But I believe nobody could stop this here. The country is going to open up, and they are who you say, somebody and Tobiah, they are going to shame. They are feeling biased. And good night, Mr. Patrick, again.
Okay, my dear brother, we go straight back to the lines at 25 before 10 o'clock. Caller, thank you for holding.
Patrick, good night.
Good night.
Hello, Patrick.
My dear.
Good night. How are you?
Yes, I am peaceful, my dear warrior from the east.
I'm good too.
You?
I'm good. I supporting Miss Alice with what she say. I supporting her 100%. I got to look after these people and who coming into the country right now and just be careful because I believe they're gonna mash up St. Kitts. One night I walking by the Anglican church, you know, and this free movement of people right now, I think I need to put it on hold so long. If they got a citizenship for St. Kitts and they're coming in, it's fine. But right now, if they're coming in to hang out, I gonna have to put it on hold and things get a little better. I went in quarantine last year and I one day with me, and up to now she's still in St. Kitts. She and a sister since she first trip to St. Kitts, and she's still there. I need to sort out these people because I'm going to fall back on the government. I was walking by the Anglican church one morning now, and I'm going to walk in a very popular country in the Caribbean. And he talk about, oh, where me from, me go in church and I shoot them in a church, me go in church and I shoot them. I said, I want to bring them kind of thing in St. Kitts. Me to Ian again and hear one of them talk about he St. Kitts for 6 years and he never walked and the amount of people he done rob. I got to go and sort out these people. It ain't that you see it people, but if they're going to come in the country and they're walking and they're doing and they want to hang out, I'm going to have to sort them out so long and just tell them cool out until things get better because things ain't looking good right now and I can't allow people to just come in the country, so some of them don't have no place to live. They're just coming in and just sitting all about the place and hanging out. St. Kitts is not a hanging out spot right now. Okay, Patches and I back in Miss Alice with everything she said. And Prime Minister, good night. Patches, he got some silent and deadly people who playing there for the Prime Minister. And they must remember that it's never for the Prime Minister and this unity government, they will never get back the job, or some of them will never have a job or never got what they got today. They're too ungrateful. But let it go on, Prime Minister. God bless you, long live. That is, good night. Silent and deadly, the name Patches, they come on you and they're quiet, but they're deadly, they're like a deadly weapon. And when they don't want to go on stage and jump up, oh, hallelujah, independence. God is good all the time. That is good night. Thanks.
My dear, that's what Straight Talk is all about. Diverse views and the effects of illegal immigration can be considered positive. In some cases they come out as negative depending on how you look at them. But they do have some major effects as well. Let's go back to the lines. Caller, you are live.
Hello?
Yes, you're live.
Patches.
Yes,
Patches.
you have a radio equipment on?
No, just lock it off. Sorry, I had a minute's phone.
Thank you.
Patches, I just come back to say this. To clear the air. You know why these people are smuggling in St. Kitts? Because they hear about this place where there are no COVID. The last, we had 45 cases and all are recovered smoothly. So they know that the Prime Minister is doing a tremendous job along with the COVID task force. So they're running away from the country. We are full of COVID and they want to come here where there are non-COVID here in St. Kitts. So that's why they are smuggling, and they're still going to continue doing it because here St. Kitts, we in St. Kitts is like New York. New York has gone and St. Kitts has become annexed New York. So the people want to come here because everybody's saying, oh, St. Kitts, this great man, this great leader, this great Prime Minister are doing a tremendous job. So far, not dead from COVID. So they want to come here. So that's why you see they are smuggling here in the Federation because we are COVID-free, no deaths from COVID. We are other countries, we have thousands of deaths. And in St. Kitts, we have no deaths. So that's why you see I call back to say this, that we in St. Kitts, we are blessed. And we are blessed to have a Prime Minister like Dr. Timothy Harris. So that's why you see they are coming here. So when I heard the news, I wasn't too, that there's somebody smuggling the other night. It didn't really, push me like that because I know it's because of St. Kitts. People are talking, oh, we have this great Prime Minister, this man who knows what he's doing, this captain who's steering the ship good. So, the envy St. Kitts, so they want to come in St. Kitts. The Prime Minister is doing a tremendous job. Not that. All COVID case 45, all are recovered smoothly. And thank God he's doing this quarantine, 2-week quarantine. This is why this man knows what he's doing, This man not could back up before, surplus after surplus. This man is a God-sent man. This man, nobody could touch Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris because he knows what he's doing. And God have him here for such a time as this. I could have testified to that. Because if Prime Minister Harris was not the Prime Minister around this COVID season, this COVID time from since last year, we would have lots of deaths. But this man knows what he's doing. And God bless him. And may the Lord cause his face to shine upon him. And I want to tell him to continue doing good. Continue, Dr. Timothy Harris, doing good for your people, doing good for St. Kitts and Nevis. And I want the rest ministers to take a page out of his book and retract themselves, push the COVID. Every Saturday this man going out, Health Center over Tabernacle, pushing this COVID, pushing the vaccine, pushing this vaccine. He's a true leader. A leader leads from in front, and that's what he's doing. He's leading this country of us. Thank you, Sir Nevis. God, continue doing what you're doing, Prime Minister Harris, because God have you here for such a time as this. Patches and you, that is my 2 pence.
Thank you very much. That's worth 5 cents. We go back to the lines. Call your live.
Patches.
Yes, my dear.
Patches.
How are you?
Good night, Patches.
You're live.
Yes. The guy
Night,
is from
my
Antigua.
family.
His father was from Antigua, and his mother is from St. Kitts. You hear?
So the police report is wrong?
The fella, no, he came from, and from main thing, he from St. Kitts, man. His mother from St. Kitts. His father from Antigua. There is a lot of wrong news to the police, them, you know.
Okay.
His mother from St. Kitts, and she live up here in Buckley. We put this straight. His mother from St. Kitts, she live up in Buckley here, and his father from Antigua, and he from Antigua. Okay.
Okay. Thank you for your input.
Yeah.
That's what Straight Talk is all about. We get things right. Patches, what is the latest on phase 2 of the St. Kitts traffic lights on the bridge to Nevis? Will it still be done? Update us, please. Well, I understand that there are discussions still going on about the bridge in terms of the phase 2 of the traffic lights. There's some issues I understand as well, but at some later stage I can comment on that. Hello, Ambassador. I just heard that some 5 players of a game in the United States of America who took the vaccine, they have been tested positive. So it's strange to me because it means one should not take the vaccine. I find that some people are made with people who decide that they are not taking it. I think that should be some people are mad with people who decide that they're not taking it. To each his own. Is there anything called fully covered? That is false news. Reads this email. I heard Dr. Wilkinson referred to something he called the false positive, whatever that means. I think he explained it. I don't have the soundbite to me, but he said that some things are false positives. This email reads, Patches, the political conspirators of Freedom Radio, Joni Sam, Martin McMahon, Austin, and the rude, disrespectful so-called DJ, set up a woman to call in and lambaste the tourism industry. Subsequently, they showered high praises on the woman, and she has never answered the problem in tourism and the government. She is a panacea. After replaying the woman's statement several times, they brought her back yesterday to make a puppy show out of her, articulating that she is a prospect candidate to run for elective politics. Well, Freedom Radio see elections are soon. They have the woman as a candidate, along with Austin, the rude fellow, Troutman, Martin, Sam, and the Arab, to form a new Labour Party and contest their dream and illusionary elections. Patches, they are mentally ill, reads this email. And those are the views of the emailer, not necessarily the views of Straight Talk and or the host of Straight Talk. At 14, before the 9 o'clock hour, the lines are still open. We did in fact have an open line tonight where we can give you your opportunity to raise any issue of your choice. We did in fact raise the issue of illegal immigration, and of course we can't have a show unless we make mention of the vaccine, because it's important. It's important that we all get protected. Yes, there's this vaccine brigade, as we call it, but it's important, like we said, that we take the vaccine because the vaccine, it has been proven to be the only way out. And as mentioned earlier, over 90% of the doctors in St. Kitts have been vaccinated. Imagine, just about 6 or 7 doctors have not been vaccinated. And you can make, I'm sure, a wild guess who those doctors are. But if almost 90 doctors have been vaccinated, why would you say there's something wrong with the vaccine, my Straight Dog family?
In this fight from the very beginning since last year, and we'll continue to fight for every single person, including those who want to take the vaccines and those who do not want to take the vaccine, because no one is safe until everyone is safe. And so we thank you very much. I just want to tell everyone out there that more than 90% of the doctors in the Federation have taken the vaccine. A number of our frontline workers have taken the vaccine. I have taken the vaccine. My wife has taken the vaccine. My children. I would not be doing that if I didn't think it was safe and effective. And so I encourage you to do the same.
Doctor and his entire family has taken the vaccine. And there's some issues being raised about the particular vaccine that's been deployed here, or administered, I should say, in St. Kitts and Nevis, the AstraZeneca vaccine. And we understand it has, or is being used, I should say, in over 148 countries around the world.
AstraZeneca Oxford vaccine 48 countries globally. So it is the vaccine that has the widest global reach.
Widest global reach that particular vaccine AstraZeneca has had. And yes, people have a right, and they have a right to even wait. And some people are waiting for, according to my good friend Sugar, waiting for something that's not here.
That are here that they're not taking, they're waiting on the Cuban vaccine. It's amazing to see that they're waiting on a vaccine that is not there, and the one that are here, they're not taking it.
Yes, really amazing. Here's the view on the Cuban vaccine.
To make a point about this waiting for the vaccine, and some persons say they're waiting for the Cuban vaccine. The Cuban vaccine has not cleared all of the clinical trials as yet, and so it has no authorization by the World Health Organization to be used in the general public. And so yes, if the Cuban vaccine comes on board and it's available and you want to have it, I guess you can have it. But right now the platform that we have is the AstraZeneca vaccine that is being bought in by the government. I even have persons ask me, can I bring in the Pfizer vaccine? Well, if you think that you can go to Pfizer and order a few doses and get it shipped down here on a special refrigerator, you can do that, but it is not really practical. It's almost even difficult for even a Caribbean country to go to Pfizer and try and see if they can buy 50,000 doses.
Not even entertaining.
Yeah, you won't even be entertained. And so the vaccine that we have is the AstraZeneca that has been shown to be safe and effective. And so there is no reason for you to be saying you're waiting for something that is not available when you have one that can save your life now.
Waiting for something that's not available. And you may have to wait a long time, but however long you wait, it may be too late, but we understand, according to the CMO, that they will consider it as well. They would consider the Cuban vaccine as well, my Straight Dog family. It's 9 before the 10 o'clock hour, as we just about to wind down on Straight Talk for the night. I'll take a few more calls. If you just join us tonight, we've had an open line. Tonight, we discussed issues that were raised, mostly about immigration and or illegal immigration. We discussed as well the vaccine, my straight dog family. And we can confirm that this gentleman, almost a young man, but I don't know what's the age, but this individual who breached our borders on Tuesday has been apprehended.
Tuesday 11th May at about 10:30 a.m., the police received information about a fishing vessel landing at Limekiln Bay and an individual with a suitcase alighting the vessel and running off into the Limekiln village area. The Coast Guard and several police and defense force units responded and found the abandoned vessel on the beach. The surrounding area was searched, but no one was found. The vessel was taken into custody by the St. Kitts Nevis Coast Guard. Our investigation so far has revealed that the vessel was stolen in Antigua the night before. This has led us to believe that the individual possibly came from Antigua. We are well aware of the COVID-19 situation in Antigua with respect to community spread. This has raised concern for us as we do not know the COVID-19 status of this person who has now integrated into our society.
Yes, my straight dog family, we've since heard from the police that that individual has been or was apprehended, I should say. And this, Mr. Ricky, I have read your email before, and I don't know why you're saying I did not read the email. I've read your email before, perhaps you did not hear it. There's no reason not to read an email as long as the content is not libelous. We read all the emails. Caller, you're live. Hello, caller.
Hi, I here's thinking. I don't think that guy traveled by himself, and I think it's more that he have others with him. You don't tell me that he traveled all the way from Antigua on a fishing boat all by himself in that body of water. You got to be some other people with him. But so directly they only see he alone. But I think they have to get down deeper in this thing. It got to be more than he. Sense alone could tell you that. So I think they have to investigate more and find out that when he traveled. I don't think he alone traveled alone from all the way Antigua in this body of water by himself on a fishing boat. That's my piece.
Unless he has his compass and everything. He's a very good sailor. That's the first thing that came to mind. And the fishing boat, all those choppy waters around the channel, but he would have had to be good. But that's a good point, my straight dog family. But importantly, he has been taken into custody and into quarantine, and that's important. Again, for this good gentleman, Ricky, as I said to you, I've read your email before. There's no need to read it again. Perhaps you didn't hear it, but I can assure you, your email was read about the Ports Authority. I did read it, and it's a bit long, but I read it before, so there's no need to worry about not reading the emails. So there's nothing strange about not reading an email. Whether it's factual or not, I don't know. It was not libelous. It's your email about Scasper. I did in fact read it before, so you need not worry. But and there's nothing strange, like you said, that I didn't want to read the email. In fact, I read the email before on the program, your email about Scasper and employees leaving again, so it's no need to read it. It's 9:56, my straight dog family, and like I said, we had an open line tonight. We've had some difficulties with our phone lines. I want to apologize to those who tried to get in and did not get in. Some people got in on more than one occasion. But my overseas line in particular seems to be just going up and down. Again, we do apologize for that. I can only crave the understanding of those who are in authority, as I said. So let's get that national mouthpiece up and fully operational. The radio has been around since the 1960s. How much we have put into the radio is a good question, but we need to put some more because it's the people's station. Let's go back to the lines. Caller, you're live.
Yes, good evening. I just called to second the motion with that lady that called a while ago. No, I don't believe that is this man alone come on the boat. I believe others come with him. So please, if it is possible, look into it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Well, that's a reasonable concern, but don't know what the size of the boat as well, but he had to be a good navigator to navigate those waters from Antigua to St. Kitts in that fishing boat, which we are told went missing the night before in Antigua, and he picked out Limekeel Bay, which means he would have had to come all past the area in Bass Strait to get into Limekeel Bay, which again, what we understand, his family, if that is true, is from that area. But this is what happened.
11th May at about 10:30 a.m., the police received information about a fishing vessel landing at Limekeel Bay and an individual with a suitcase alighting the vessel and running off into the Limekeel village area. The Coast Guard and several police and defense force units responded and found the abandoned vessel on the beach. The surrounding area was searched, but no one was found. The vessel was taken into custody by the St. Kitts Nevis Coast Guard. Our investigation so far has revealed that the vessel was stolen in Antigua the night before. This has led us to believe that the individual possibly came from Antigua. We are well aware of the COVID-19 situation in Antigua with respect to community spread. This has raised concern for us as we do not know the COVID-19 status of this person who has now integrated into our society.
Well, as I said, we have since learned that the individual was apprehended, and according to this release from the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force, which reads, the man who entered the Federation on Tuesday without passing through a legal port of entry was apprehended by the police Thursday morning. He was found, in a house in Buckley's development area sometime after 3 a.m. on May 13th, 2021. The search for the man began on May 11th after the police received information about a fishing vessel landing at Limekeel Bay and an individual with a suitcase getting off the vessel and running into the Limekeel village area. The vessel was taken into custody by the St. Kitts and Nevis Coast Guard. Investigations so far have revealed that it was stolen in Antigua and Barbuda on May the 10th. The individual, who is a national of St. Kitts and Nevis, has been placed at a government-designated quarantine site on the guard. The representative for the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force on the National COVID-19 Task Force, Superintendent Cromwell Henry, disclosed Thursday afternoon that the COVID-19 test result for the suspect was negative. He will be tested again at the end of 14 days, reads that email. And that's the way we're going to end it, my Straight Talk family, with that press release, beg your pardon. And just to encourage you again, let us ourselves get vaccinated.
Been in this fight from the very beginning since last year, and we'll continue to fight for every single person, including those who want to take the vaccines and those who do not want to take the vaccine, because no one is safe until everyone is safe. And so we thank you very much. I just want to tell everyone out there that more than 90% of the doctors in the Federation have taken the vaccine. A number of our frontline workers have taken the vaccine. I have taken the vaccine. My wife has taken the vaccine. My children. I would not be doing that if I didn't think it was safe and effective. And so I encourage you to do the same.
Yes, the voice of Dr. Cameron Wilkerson. I have taken the vaccine. My wife has taken the vaccine, and my children have taken the vaccine. I would not have been doing that if I did not think it was safe. My Straight Talk family, the AstraZeneca vaccine have been administered in over 148 countries worldwide.
AstraZeneca Oxford vaccine is utilized in over 148 countries globally. So it is the vaccine that has the widest global reach.
The widest global reach, my Straight Talk family. I encourage you all to let's get vaccinated. Let us ensure that we get some semblance of normalcy back in the country. I've had my second dose just last week, Friday. I encourage you to do the same. No one is safe until everyone is safe. And that's the message I'm going to leave with you tonight. And I want you as well to remember that we are here every Monday and every Thursday night from 8 until 10 p.m. I want to thank Almighty God for guiding our conversation tonight. And as always, I want to thank you, the callers. I want to apologize in the process for those who just couldn't get access because of our malfunctioning lines. I want to thank you, the emailers, those on my social media massive all over the world. I thank you. Remember, those as well on ZIZ 96.5 FM, the national station. Without you, there's no Straight Talk. You are the ones who make Straight Talk. I also want to thank the Mayor of St. Paul's, who's on the console tonight, Mayor Theophilus Theo Clark. And in the boiler room, we don't see him, but without Bevan Wilkinson and John James, nothing happens here on Straight Talk. And I want to say a big, big thank you to them. Remember, whatever your mind conceive, that you will achieve, but you first got to believe. So my Straight Talk family, when you wake in the morning, thank God for the morning light. Thank Him for taking you through the night. My Straight Talk family, and keep moving on. Have yourself a wonderful weekend, and come Monday, God's spare, we will connect for another edition of Straight Talk. Until then, be good to yourselves and to all whom we meet. Bye-bye. My Straight Talk family, keep moving on.
In the morning, I thank God for the morning light. Give Him thanks and praises for taking me safely through the night. For the rest of food and loving care, and for my mother's breath of life that's got me here. So whatever my mind conceives that I will achieve, you better believe.
Said I said
6 decades of togetherness in radio. ZIZ, the cornerstone and foundation of broadcasting.
The Golden Voice of the Nation celebrates 60 years of service to the people of St.